We begin with breaking news. The Manhattan DA's office told the court that it is against overturning President-elect Donald Trump's conviction in his so-called hush money case out of New York. In a new filing, the DA says Trump's upcoming return to the White House isn't a reason to drop the case, but he would consider possibly freezing the case until after his presidential term ends. You'll recall a jury found that the former president illegally falsified business records to cover up payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election, making him the first former president in U.S. history to be convicted of a crime. CBS News Supreme Court and legal producer Catherine Cole joins us now from our Washington bureau. Catherine, what else does the filing say?
Well, the filing basically says the Manhattan district attorney is not going down without a fight. Here's what happened. After Election Day, President-elect Donald Trump signaled that he would try and have this case dismissed, arguing that as president-elect, he was immune from criminal prosecution in the same way that a sitting president is. Here, the district attorney says it's looked at those arguments and does not agree. The district attorney is in a difficult position trying to balance what it calls the unprecedented legal questions that Donald Trump's election raises against what it calls the fundamental role of the jury and its respect for that role in our constitutional system. As an alternative to dismissal, the district attorney has proposed deferring criminal proceedings, but it's not going to just simply let this case go away because Donald Trump has asked for that to happen.
Okay, so not going down without a fight. Trump's sentencing was supposed to be November 26th. Is that date likely to hold, and what happens next?
That day is not likely to hold, no. I do not think we're going to see a sentencing next week. Right now, this case has been stayed so that the parties could look at these legal arguments. I would expect that that kind of brief stay will be extended quite a bit and that all criminal proceedings will be paused, except for to the extent that this dismissal issue is hashed out among the parties. So the district attorney has proposed that it would get its response to a formal filing to dismiss in early December. I would imagine that Judge Merchan will take a look at that relatively quickly. Based on my review, I think a dismissal is unlikely, but even then, I think that after that point, that short pause turned medium pause is going to become a long 4-year pause, most likely, and this will all resume perhaps in 2029 after President Donald Trump's term ends.
Catherine, we know this summer the Supreme Court ruled presidents are immune from official acts committed while in office. How is that going to play into this? Will it?
Yeah, the facts at issue in this case, they involve Trump's paying Stormy Daniels or reimbursing his lawyer to pay Stormy Daniels prior to his term in office. That's unlikely to be implicated because the Supreme Court's decision talked about the actions of sitting presidents. And so certainly Donald Trump's lawyers are going to argue that he has immunity under Trump v. United States, which came out last summer. But most likely, I would not expect Judge Merchan to agree with that argument.
Catherine Cole, thank you.